So, in the previous video that we have discussed about the work and the units of work and various types of work. Now, in this video that we will discuss, in this part we will discuss about the power of work, energy and power. By the definition, power is defined as the rate of work done by a body is known as power. Now, let us take an example and try to understand through the example. Consider that a body is doing some sort of work by the application of force and such that the body is displaced up to a certain distance, say s. And in such cases, we can say that some amount of work done, as we have already discussed, that W is equal to F into S. So, similarly, now here, if the body is displaced up to S within a time frame of t, then in such cases we can say that the how much time it is taking, in such cases how much amount of the work done, then that is said to be the power. So therefore, mathematically we can say that mathematically what power P, if power will be considered to be P, then rate of work done, that means the amount of the work done or the magnitude of the work done, W per unit time T. So, in other words, we can say that by the derivation or by the formula P is equal to W by T, where W stands for the work done and T stands for the time for which it works. So, now here the rate of work done means, consider that whenever a body is initially at a certain stage, it has done some amount of work, but finally after the time interval of t, the work done will be considered to be W2. Let us consider that at this stage it is initially W1 and after time t, the amount of the work done is W2. In such cases, we can say that the change of work done between this time interval t, that is said to be the power, or power is equal to W2 minus W1 by time taken t. We will discuss about the factors affecting power. So from the expression that P is equal to W by T, we have seen that here two factors are affecting to that power. One, that the magnitude of work done. Second, the time for which the work is done. Now, if we consider about the magnitude of work done, then in such cases we will find out that power is directly proportional to the amount of work done, provided the time will be constant. So this means that for a constant time, power is directly proportional to work done. The greater the magnitude of work done, then in such cases we can say that the greater will be the power. Provided if the time taken will be remain constant. For example, now consider that a person is working. Suppose a person is working for 2 hours. The person is working for 2 hours and another person is working for the same 2 hours, but however here the force and displacement in this case, if we consider about the work done, consider that here the work done W1 and W2, if we link between these two, then let us consider that W1 is greater than W2. But however, since the time taken is remain same, so in these two cases, if we compare the power consumed or power exerted by this person, that becomes more in comparison to this, the second person. Power P1 will be greater than power P2 means in the second case that the power which will be exerted by this person is comparatively less than that of the first one. So therefore, now in such cases we can say that if the work done will be more, then in such cases power will be more, or similarly if work done, the magnitude of the work done will be less, in such cases power consumed that will be less. Now come to the second factor, that is your time for which work done. If we consider about the time, then we can see from this expression that power P is inversely proportional to the time provided work will be remain constant or magnitude of work remains constant. So if for a constant work, in that case if the less will be the time taken, then in such cases we can say that the power consumed that will be more. So the less the time taken, the greater will be the power, provided magnitude of work remain constant. So what does it mean? Let us consider that a person is working in a certain field, it is working for 1 hour. However, in both the cases, in case of this, suppose the amount of the work done is W, and in the second case also the person is working here with the same magnitude, that is W, but however the time taken is equal to 2 hours. So in the second case it takes 2 hours to do the same work, whereas in the first case it takes 1 hour to do the same work. So in these two cases if we will compare, since here the time taken is less, so the power exerted by this person, or we can say that the power of the person is comparatively more than that of the second case. Another example that we can take, that let us take an example in case of your that electrical powers. Whenever you must have seen that in case of a motor, that electric motor, in that case it is working for 1 hour, and in some cases also it is working for 2 hours. So whenever it is working for 1 hour, in that case we can say that the power consumed that becomes more in comparison to that the second one. So in these two factors that we have seen, that the magnitude of work as well as the time both are affecting to that of the work done, the power. So for the greater power, if we want to get the greater power, or in such cases if the power will be more, if we want to increase that power, so in such cases what we have to do, we have to increase the magnitude of the work, and simultaneously we have to decrease the time taken, then only we will be getting a greater power. So power is a scalar quantity, as you know that work done is a scalar quantity and time is a scalar quantity, and both by dividing that power, P is equal to W by T from the expression, W is a scalar quantity and time T also a scalar quantity. So naturally power P, that is also a scalar quantity which have only the magnitude but no direction. Now in some special cases in the sense, now consider that a body is moving in a translatory motion, body is moving with translatory motion or linear motion with variable speed. So as you know that whenever a body is moving with variable speed, so we have to find out the average speed in that case. Now let us consider that the force F is applied on the body, such that the body is displaced up to s distance within a time frame of t. First, initially when the body was at a certain position, a some amount of force F is applied such that the body gets displaced up to a certain distance in a time interval t. So in such cases we can say that power P, that is equal to, as from the above expression we can say that W by T. But however we know
that W or that the work done, that is equal to F into S by T, such that now here what happens, that S or the displacement by time, or in such cases we can say that it is F into V, because S by T, as we know that the distance by time, that is equal to speed. So therefore F into V, where V is equal to your average speed. So that means if a body is moving in a translateral motion or in a linear motion with a variable speed, so in such cases we can find out the power, that the power of the body, that is equal to F into V. Similarly, whenever a body falls freely from a certain height, when a body falls freely from a certain height, in such cases what happens, that we can say that here F is equal to m into g, mass into acceleration due to gravity, and similarly the displacement, the total displacement or the distance traveled, that is equal to h. So therefore in such cases the power, that is equal to how much? Power is equal to W by T, and here W is equal to mgh by time taken T. So these are some of the special cases where we can find out that the power by expressing power is equal to force into that the average speed or average velocity, and similarly in this case whenever the body falls freely towards the ground or above to the ground, in such cases we can find out the power by multiplying mass acceleration due to gravity into the height divided by time taken. So now we discuss about that the units of power. We have got the expression power is equal to W by T or watt done per unit time. So in case of SI unit, as we know that the unit for work, that is equal to your joule. Similarly in case of CGS system, that we have seen the watt done, that is equal to the hour. And time in case of SI unit, it is second. So in CGS system also it is second. So therefore now by the expression power is equal to W by T, so here we will be getting the SI unit of power, that is equal to joule per second, or that is said to be watt. So now in SI unit the power can be measured in terms of watt, and in case of CGS unit that we can say power P is equal to watt done per time. So therefore this will be equal to or per second, or we can say that or second inverse. Now in such cases this SI unit can be defined as, or in other words we can say that watt of power, that can be defined as the power consumed or it will be exerted by the expense of 1 joule of energy and 1 joule of work when it will be done for 1 second, then that is said to be 1 joule per second, or that is said to be 1 watt. So 1 watt of power, that can be said to be 1 joule per second, or 1 joule of work done in 1 second, that is said to be 1 watt. Now in this case we have several other units, those which are the larger units to that SI unit. Those larger units are, the other larger units are such as kilowatt, which is considered to be 10 to the power 3 watt, or it is megawatt, which is considered to be 10 to the power 6 watt, or gigawatt, so 10 to the power, likewise it will be going on. Similarly those sub units are there, or the smaller units are there. These smaller units are milliwatt, which is considered to be 10 to the power minus 3 watt, or microwatt, which is considered to be 10 to the power minus 6 watt. But however, other than this, particularly in case of the mechanical engineering, that a unit is used for mechanical engineering or in the field of mechanical engineering on different machines, that can be considered as mechanical engineering. We usually used the unit that is your horsepower, which is considered to be horsepower, which is considered to be, if we link this horsepower with respect to that SI unit, we may find out 1 horsepower that is equal to 746 watt approximately. Sometimes for the convenience, it may be mentioned in questions, or in some cases it also mentioned as which is approximately equal to 750 watt. But however, as long as it is not given in the question paper, that we ordinarily will take this 746 watt as the actual value for 1 horsepower. So whenever we say that a machine is 1 horsepower, or the power of one machine, one motor, one electrical motor is 1 horsepower, this means that it is approximately 746 watt, or this can also be defined as 746 joule of work can be done in 1 second. So when we say that 1 horsepower machine, this indicates that the power generated by the machine is 746 joule per 1 second. In every second it gives, or it exerts 746 joule.